Stop scrolling, start crafting. Make 2025 your year of creativity by starting a new hobby. It's good to have a creative hobby because it will inspire all aspects of your life. As an artist, it's really nice to have a creative outlet outside of my main artistic practice. Practicing creativity is really important because it's a skill that needs to be developed just like any other. And don't we all want to be more creative? So here are some ideas of hobbies to try in the new year. Quick warning though, I'm sure you've heard of all of these hobbies. They're nothing new. Sometimes it just takes hearing about something one more time to get you to start doing it. Let's start with sewing. Sewing is the craft of joining two pieces of fabric together with a thread and a needle. Sewing is cool because it gives you the ability to create or mend your own clothing or home decor. It allows you to transform a flat piece of fabric into anything functional that you want, which is just so magical. I think you would like sewing if you're into fashion, if you like playing with color, pattern, texture, and surprisingly, if you're interested in sculpture. Once you start making more complicated projects, you'll realize that sewing is very three-dimensional. Some benefits of sewing include sustainability. You can make quality pieces that will last you a really long time because you're picking out the fabrics and you can just add like the nicest finishes. Once I started sewing, I became a lot more aware of materials and how important it is to your health and the planet to use natural fibers. Sewing has also helped me cut down on consumption because instead of feeling the urge to buy anything I like, I consider making it first. And it also makes me aware of how much process and work is involved in just everything we use every day, which makes me treat all of my items with more care. So here's how to get started. I personally started with a sewing class in person. I liked it so much that I'm now retaking the class. If you have the ability to do an in-person class, I would look into that. Check out if your local community college offers anything. But if not, there's also so many great tutorials on YouTube. I think a good first project is a tote bag. Also, there's this book that my mom got me called The Act of Sewing. That book is really meant to be a tool to give you like everything you need to know. It has some easy patterns. It teaches you how to adapt other patterns and to be like how you want. It's just a really good book if you're starting out. The next hobby that I would recommend is knitting or crocheting. This is another hobby that I've gotten into recently. I've been knitting my whole life, but I've never really gotten past the basic stitch or just like making scarves. But now I'm currently working on my first sweater. And I personally knit. I don't really crochet, but I think all of the things I'm going to talk about apply to either one. It's just up to your personal preference. Knitting and crocheting are crafts that have been around forever, and it uses needles and yarn to create fabric, which I think is such a cool concept. Knitting and crocheting are great because similar to sewing, you can make practical, wearable items like sweaters, hats, mittens, blankets, anything you can think of. I think you would like knitting or crocheting, again, if you're interested in colors or texture. Also, if you like repetitive tasks, or if you want a type of craft that you can do on the go or in social environments. One of the really great things is how portable the projects are and how you can still be engaged in conversation while you're knitting or crocheting. Some benefits include mindfulness. Knitting has been proven to have the same relaxation properties as yoga. So it's good for your mental health. It can help improve your attention span. It helps develop your hand-eye coordination. And just like sewing, it helps you be mindful of sustainability while also giving you a sense of accomplishment anytime you finish a project. How to get started? I suggest visiting a local yarn store. A lot of times they're happy to teach you how to knit, or they might even offer a class or like scheduled time to teach you how to knit. I think learning to knit or crochet is best in person because it's so easy to make mistakes and it's kind of hard to fix the mistakes. But again, if in person isn't an option, there are great videos online. And just start with something simple like a scarf and like basic stitches. Another hobby to pick up is ceramics. I also do ceramics. It's been a while since I have, but I was really into it a bit ago. I never took any classes, although that would have been awesome. And I didn't really watch many videos either. I did hand building, which I think is great because it's just kind of intuitive. Ceramics is an art form that involves shaping clay, then firing it in a kiln and painting it with a glaze afterwards, and then firing it again. Ceramics can include decorative or functional objects like vases, mugs, wall hangings, dishware, sculptures, and more. The process of making a ceramic is super cool because you start with such a malleable form and then you put it in fire, and the glazing process is really cool because the colors of the glaze when you paint them are completely different than how they'll be after they come out of the kiln. I think you would like ceramics if you're into experimenting and process is really interesting to you. Ceramics are a good outlet for artists that like to work 2D, like painting or drawing, because ceramics are just so tactile. It gets your brain working in a different way. I like how it's not as mathematical as sewing or knitting can be, and you still get the opportunity to make a painting or drawing on this 3D surface after it's all done. Benefits of ceramics include, again, making stuff that you can actually use in your everyday life, more relaxation properties because the process can be very repetitive. You're like smoothing things out a lot of the time. You'll learn patience because you don't get instant gratification. It's a longer process, but you do get kind of like little dopamine checkpoints because there's so many different stages. How to get started. Ceramics require a kiln, but do not go get a kiln. They're really expensive. I don't know how to operate a kiln. I don't know if you do, but it's just a hassle. That's the only downside of ceramics, is that you need somewhere to fire them. So try and join a local ceramic studio. Sometimes you can fire at community colleges. I've heard of some libraries having a kiln, but once you find somewhere that has a kiln, that becomes a really great community. Other than having access to the kiln, if you're gonna do hand building, I don't think you really need that much to start. Just some clay. You can get tools if you want to. I kind of feel like all you need to know is make sure that your clay doesn't have bubbles. Make sure it's fully dry before you're firing it. That's kind of all I knew when I started. You should probably know more than that, but I think you'll be fine. Another hobby to try is jewelry making. I've never made jewelry, but it sounds really cool and fun. Jewelry making is the art of creating wearables, such as necklaces, bracelets, or any other accessory. Jewelry can be made out of so many different materials like metal or beads, which means that it can be as simple or as complicated as you make it, because you could make it completely from scratch, do some metal smithing. Jewelry making is cool because you get to make jewelry. It's fun how customizable it is. You can make your own charms or a combination of charms. You would like jewelry making if you're drawn to gems or shiny things, if working with metal or wires sounds appealing, if you like mixing and matching or creating patterns, if you like to make things that are tiny and little, or if you like thrifting or vintage items, because there are so many old pieces of jewelry out there that are waiting to have a new life. Benefits include creative expression, personalized design. You'll get really good at hand-eye coordination and fine motor skills. It's another relaxing hobby, and it can be done with a group of people. You could even have a little jewelry making party. So how to get started. Figure out what materials you need, what type of jewelry you want to make. Go to the craft store, get some beads or wire, watch some videos if you want. Obviously, if you're interested in metal smithing, you might need to take classes or something for that, but I feel like you're good to go and get started. And then we have scrapbooking. Scrapbooking is my next craft that I want to start. I've been very inspired by The Art of Memory Collecting by Martina Calvi. Scrapbooking is the art of documenting your life in a book. You can collage, write, draw, paste in photos or ephemera from your everyday life, like movie tickets or a napkin from your favorite restaurant. Scrapbooking is cool because it's a creative outlet that lets you make something you'll have forever and always look back on with fond memories. I like how you get to draw and journal in one place. I like how you can also decorate the pages with like patterned paper or washi tape or stickers. And it's just perfect because it's so accessible. It doesn't require much technical knowledge, so you can get started right away. You would like scrapbooking if you're sentimental, you want to record your life, if you like to keep a sketchbook, a diary, a journal, if you collect trinkets or have a film camera, or if you're interested in collage. Benefits include creative expression, having all of your memories in one place, and it's also just a relaxing way to unwind and kind of process your week or your day. How to start. Grab a notebook of any kind, get some glue and scissors, all of the other fun stuff I mentioned, and get to work recording anything and everything. I would definitely check out The Art of Memory Collecting for some inspiration. Let me know in the comments what hobby you want to start in the new year, and I'll see you next time. Bye!